crossover games always have the potential to be just a quick cash-in. They also have the potential to be great games. Square's Kingdom Hearts is a crossover with Disney and has built quite the fan base. Do these fans have something backing their fandom, or are they just worshipping rocks? Who lives on an island with his friends, Riku and Kairi. They're getting tired of their laid-back lifestyle and decide to leave by building a raft. They get the raft built and are about to set out when, one night, a storm hits the island and Sora rushes outside to make sure the raft is okay. When he gets to the island, he finds that Kairi and Riku had the same idea and heads out to find them as well. It turns out there's strange monsters that have appeared on the island, and they are attacking Sora. Sora can't hurt these creatures, so he runs off, dodging them as best he can. He finds Riku at their usual spot, and he says some strange things before disappearing into a pool of darkness. Sora is left alone on the island with the Keyblade, a sword shaped as a key, the only weapon that can hurt these creatures. He finds the door hidden in the island's large tree open. He enters it and finds himself in a strange town, woken up by a strange dog. This starts a strange adventure with the goal of saving the many worlds in the stars, which are different Disney worlds, with the aid of Donald and Goofy. The story can be pretty juvenile and a little cheesy, but it's not that bad. It's a great concept just aimed at younger people. The characters are mostly great, considering most of them are classic Disney characters. This isn't surprising. It's also great to explore the classic Disney worlds. The gameplay is very different for an RPG. You control only Sora, Donald and Goofy are controlled by the AI, then you run around on a 3D field. You attack in real time and are tasked with dodging attacks on your own. It's an action RPG and one of the first widely played ones. You can lock onto enemies to focus your attacks, very much like in The Legend of Zelda, and just hack at the enemies until they die. There are no combos at all, so the combat can get a little repetitive, and the level design is pretty bland as well. You eventually learn some magic, classics like Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Cure. Fire and Blizzard are missile magic, attacks that zip to the enemies to damage them, and Thunder and Cure are what you think they are. The boss fights don't really differ that much from normal combat, other than the AI and strength of the bosses, but they are worth looking forward to since they mean more of the story is going to happen after their defeat. A few of the bosses are also from the Disney series you are currently visiting. You can buy and find different weapons for all three of your characters, and each can equip accessories. When in a Disney world, you might get that world's main character as a temporary ally in battle, such as Tarzan. This is really cool, fighting alongside such characters, but they cannot change equipment and they are only usable in that world. Speaking of the worlds, when you go there for the first time, you need to play a space shooter type minigame. I found these incredibly dull and was glad when I didn't have to do them anymore. Overall, the game is fun, even if it's not too deep. You just mash the attack buttons and dodge attacks. The combat is actually deeper in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and with no puzzles to really speak of, and nothing to do other than fight or flight, it's a knock against the game. Even still, it's an enjoyable game considering it's a newer kind of RPG. The game's music is pretty good. It uses Disney music, Disney themed music, and its theme song, Simple and Clean, which does not suit the game, I found. The voice work is mostly good. Sora sounds like you'd expect, as do Riku and Kairi. There are a few Final Fantasy characters in this game, and most of them sound good as well. One sounds kinda lame, I found, and that is Leon, aka Squall. All the Disney characters are either voiced by their original voices or sound-alikes, and they all sound great, especially Donald and Goofy, who are voiced by their original actors, and they sound exactly like their cartoon versions. Visuals are the biggest thing about the game. They look great. All the models look excellent. The cinematics have excellent facial animations most of the time. Then the anime animations are great. Sora's combat animations are a little rigid looking, however. The cinematics are much better looking than some of the more common in-game scenes, and some scenes have drawn out mouth movements even though they are fully voiced. The levels are bland, though they look good, and are taken from the Disney worlds you are visiting. For an early PS2 game, this game looks great and aged well for the most part. Overall, the fans aren't that far off when loving this game. It's a fun, fast-paced action RPG that allows you to visit classic Disney worlds. It's fun and looks great, even if it can get bland and repetitive. It's a great start to a great franchise. Sora finds himself lost with a 7.5 out of 10.